Tonight on the House of Tiny Tearaways.
She rejected me totally.
Somebody open the door or I'll poo on their face.
This I have to see.
It's Tuesday at the House of Tiny Tearaways. By the end of today, the families will be halfway through their week. But the question is, will they be halfway to solving their problems? 3 desperate families, each overwhelmed by parenting problems that have turned their toddlers into tearaways.
No, I'm not talking to you, smack me.
They're going to be living here for just 6 days in the hope that they can turn their lives around. The person they're looking to for the answers is clinical psychologist Dr Tanya Byron.
Working with 3 families in such an intense environment is unlike anything I've ever done professionally before, and it is a huge challenge. I'm working with the parents, I'm working with their children, and I'm building a community. It's a tough job to do in a very, very short space of time.
And for the families selected to be part of this programme, this is make or break. This is the House of Tiny Tearaways. It's early morning and the Westons are the first family up for breakfast.
Come on in.
Come on in. Hello. Oh, Tamina, you all right? Oh, she's tired still.
Taro, no!
The Westons came to the house because 3-year-old Tallulah's complete rejection of Mum Helen had got to a point where it was driving a wedge between the family.
I don't think she likes me.
Yesterday, Tanya introduced a sticker chart into the house rewarding the children for periods of good behaviour.
Pardon?
Tiger boy.
You see? Been a bit stroppy this morning. You've been a good girl, haven't you? I like it when you're a good girl.
Look at my ditters.
I know, so many.
The long way down.
That's right.
Daddy.
Yeah?
Look at my ditters all long way down.
Yeah, you got lots of stickers yesterday, didn't you?
You get lots again today, aren't you, Tallulah? Yay.
But will stickers alone be enough for an incentive to keep Tallulah good all day? How are the Westons doing? At the end of today, they are going to be halfway through their time in the house. Are they as far as you would like them to be?
They had quite an extraordinary experience yesterday, which I think was a real breakthrough for them. We had a play session between Helen and Tallulah, which was lovely, until Tallulah started to see her father playing with Taro. She then wanted to be with him.
Tallulah, you can come out when you start being nice to Mummy. All right?
We then had a period of ignoring. Then we had a period of Mum and Dad together, cuddling each other and saying to Tallulah, when you can be nice, you can come and join us for a cuddle.
Oh, Taro's giving you a cuddle too.
And she was very, very, very cross.
And how much is it going to affect her? Because all parents worry about when they change a stance of whether it's going to damage their child.
It was quite interesting for me because I was in the room watching and I saw a little girl who was seeing her world change. And I found that a bit heartbreaking, actually, but also quite extraordinary that a child so young was absolutely taking it in and was not happy with what she was seeing. She then had a massive sulk, wouldn't eat her supper, they ignored her, she then did eat her supper, and then Mum put her to bed. And it was really quite successful. Mum did say, can I have a big kiss? She said, no, just a little one. So there's a little bit of control there at the end. But I think this morning already we're seeing much more interaction with Helen, with Mum, and the day's starting well.
Mwah. Shall I share one of mine with you later?
Not cross bends, it's wrong bit.
It's breakfast time for Bradley Skelton.
Who's sitting up at the table nicely? All right. I think we're going to get some stickers today. Even though I'm going to get one. You're going to get some stickers today. Good boy.
Because look, I'm sitting nicely.
Well
You
done,
are
mate.
sitting
You are
nicely.
sitting nicely. Can't get it down fast enough.
Look at how well Callum's doing.
I don't like that.
Did you try something?
Look, Daddy. Look at how well Jasmine's doing.
Flo and Ian Skelton are desperate for help with their 4.5-year-old Bradley's eating problem.
And then just go...
He lives on a severely limited diet of toast, crackers and yoghurt. On his first night in the house, Bradley refused to try out any new foods and went to bed hungry.
Makes you sick.
Yesterday, he also pushed away his plate at lunchtime and dinner. It's been 24 hours since he's eaten a proper meal. Will his refusal to eat new foods continue today, or will he finally give in to his empty stomach?
Have I got to get to 3?
Bradley normally has toast for breakfast, but today his parents are determined he'll try cereal with milk for the first time.
Eat a little bit of that, spoonful of that, and then it's all done. OK, so it's
Just
there.
try one, Brad, and you can have a
Leave it.
yoghurt.
You just dipped it in the
No,
finger
sure.
and done it.
Just on it time.
What
Eat it. Toch erin.
I dipped it in my finger and tried it.
Can you...
No, you have to have a...
Can you do it with a spoon and show me?
Well, he knows now, doesn't he? So... Brad, can you come and sit down? Please?
No.
Well done, Jazz. It's really, really, really good. Would you
Jazz.
like to get your stickers now?
How
Want your
many
stickers now?
stickers?
I'd say 4, because you're super duper.
Two, four.
Yeah, well done, Jazz.
Look so quick.
What stickers would you like?
Want to come and have a look, Dad?
Flo and Ian are following Tanya's advice to praise daughter Jasmine for eating and to ignore Bradley when he won't eat.
Really smart in that bowl, didn't they? In that basket, didn't they?
Oh, bless you.
She's getting a bit of a cold. We'll have to give her some...
Excuse
That's it, well done. Sorry, mate, what's the matter?
I want to go.
Well, no, because we're a bit busy at the moment. Jasmine's just set all her breakfast, and so we're just sorting her stickers out, OK? So we'll get round to you in a minute, OK? Eat large amounts, OK?
Well done.
All right.
Well done, Jazz. You've got to put it back.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, we've got some more stickers here, hang on. Do you want me to put them back? Well done. Oh, well done. Well done, Jazz, because you've got to get her Prezi, yeah? Wow, look at that. Jasmine gets a Prezi for eating all her breakfast.
I do too.
Well, you would if you ate your breakfast, yeah. But you haven't done it yet, have you? Do you want to come down and sit and eat?
But I don't like it.
No. OK, fair enough, mate. What's going on with you, mate?
How are the Skeltons doing? There's Bradley, quite grizzly, quite moany. He must be quite surprised that Mum and Dad have slightly changed their tack.
And quite hungry as well, actually. It's a bit of a risky one, this one that I'm doing with him, because he now hasn't really had 3 meals. He hasn't had lunch, he hasn't had supper yesterday, really, and he's not had breakfast. Well, this isn't unusual for him, but what is unusual is that his parents are A, ignoring the tantrums around food, and B, not snacking him with his pretend food, which is what he keeps asking for.
I'm gonna leave it open so children can come in.
Leave it shut, please.
No.
Leave it shut.
No.
Brad, do you want to go in your bedroom?
No, silly Billy.
Bradley will do fine if I can get Ian to chill, but Ian is extremely, extremely anxious about his son's eating behaviour, and that is something I really have to deal with today.
Brad, open it and you're going in your room.
I'm not going in the room ever.
You are, mate.
No, I'm not.
You're going in there now.
Because I'm going to get a yoghurt right now.
He wants a snack. He knows he shouldn't go in the kitchen. He's opening the kitchen gate. He's very powerful around... Food is his big thing, food and eating. Yet he is the most adorable, well-behaved little 4-year-old boy I've ever seen in other ways.
Didn't open the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't open it.
It opened by itself, did it?
Yeah.
I thought you opened it.
It was just opening by itself.
I don't think so, mate.
Tanya recommends 1 minute of time out for every year of the child's life.
And he's opened the gate, so he's staying in his room to have a think. You stay in his room to have a think about it. You stay in here now. I'll come back in 5 minutes. I don't want you back out. Wait there.
You're not gonna ever. But I will right now.
I am just convinced that this child is really willful around food. He's not like some of the food-phobic kids I've had who genuinely were anxious, but genuinely you could slowly cajole into a mindset about food. He can do food, he does lots of foods, but he will not do any food unless he wants to do it. So for me, this feels much more behavioural.
Somebody open the door. I'll poo on them and I'll poo on their face. So I don't like Dr Tanya and don't play with her.
In every other aspect, he's smiley and fun. And why does he just become incredibly naughty around the kitchen?
Because he has been given complete and utter control.
What was all that about?
Not telling you.
Well, I thought when we were in the kitchen, I said to you, don't open that gate. And what did you do?
Didn't open the gate.
I think that you disobeyed me and you opened it.
I didn't.
And I can't have you disobey me, can I?
Attention, attention, attention.
And now, can you say sorry to Daddy for doing it? Are you sure? Do you mean it? Yeah? You really mean it? Right.
Is he looking for reassurance from his son?
Big time.
Look at me, I'm over here. Look at me, Winston. So you're not going to do it again?
No.
And we can be friends again? And you're not going to call me names? You're not going to call me stupid head?
No.
Or any names?
I'm not ever.
Okay.
I need to play with me.
I should play with you.
Timeout is in that room. You go in. I put you in this room because you opened the kitchen gate when I told you not to. If you do it again, you will go back in. Right, come on now. End of. That chat went on as long as the timeout because Ian wants everything neat and tidy in its place. Please be nice. Don't call me stupid head. He's 4. He will call you stupid head again.
All right.
Why can't Ian let his son be 4?
That better?
Single mum Claire Carroll is desperate for help with son Callum, whose demanding behaviour and constant tantrums are ruling her life. Before arriving in the house, Callum, who's almost 3, also refused to sleep in his own bed. Yesterday saw some progress, with Claire becoming more assertive and ditching Callum's dummy during the day.
They're all gone, they're all gone.
And in the evening, Tanya was on hand for what she feared would be a difficult night, with Callum going to bed for the first time without his dummy. Claire successfully ignored his tantrum and he settled in just 12 minutes. However, in the night, Claire twice got into bed with Callum to settle him.
I want to call.
Jasmine, have a go. You go on the tractor for this. Keep playing on it, Jasmine.
Claire is following Tanya's advice and tries to ignore the tantrum.
And that saw a little boy crying.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
I don't know, he couldn't get down himself, so he couldn't get off. So I thought, I can't leave him on there because he can't get off himself, so we got him down and he's still crying.
Sun's coming out now, isn't it?
Oh, it's nice again.
It's Claire Carroll's 28th birthday, and the Skeltons are helping her son Callum paint her a birthday picture. While he gets creative, Mum Claire joins Tanya.
So, birthday girl, 28 today. Yeah. How do you feel?
Okay.
Yeah? I kind of feel yesterday we've cracked quite a major behaviour principle together, which is give attention to what you want, ignore what you don't want, and make yourself more fun.
Yeah.
And when your child is behaving in a way that you don't want, don't show them that it bothers you.
Yeah, because even this morning he seems to be smiling more.
Yeah.
Just little things. I mean, I went in this morning, I wasn't really going to wake him up, and I went, Callum, come out of sleep dead quick, and he gave me a big smile. I went, look at your smile. And I thought, no way.
The thing is, he has had a dummy in his mouth for 2 years, 9 months, hasn't he? Yesterday was the first day of his life, really, that he spent without something stuck in his mouth. And what did we discover in terms of his diction and his pronunciation of words?
He's not saying L's. So you can see when he says yellow, his tongue stays right down here.
Yeah.
It doesn't go up at all.
We have to do some exercises with him every day.
No, with me like his mouth, because I do think, even with words, he's not...
He doesn't have to.
No.
If you put something in your mouth, talk to me. Put your tongue underneath it. Stick your tongue underneath it and stick this in. Talk to me. Say yellow.
Yellow.
Say Callum.
Calm.
It doesn't happen. And also, you're not moving here.
That's what I'm trying to get him to do now with his mouth, because you said the muscle movement, he hasn't been able to go.
I'm going to think of some things we can do with his tongue. This is a good one. If you go red lorry, yellow lorry, and say it faster and faster and faster, because it's quite hard, but you have to move your tongue. And lots of raspberry blowing and all that.
That's what I was doing yesterday, because that was like tongue movements.
Yeah, clicking. Exactly, cool. And the dummy's history, isn't it?
It's not.
It's gone.
No.
Now, one of the things you did do last night, though, is you got into bed with him. And I need to ask you why, because I think this is something that we might need to spend some time thinking about.
I don't know, I felt like his dummy. Like, I reassured him he had no dummy, and I thought if I lie there and put my arm on him, he knows that I'm there, and I could reassure him because he had no dummy.
You didn't sit on the floor, which is what I told you to do if he got very upset. You got right into bed with him. You took his arm and you put it over you, like you would if you were sleeping with your male partner in the bed. I'm asking you today, for tonight, to think about the fact that you're getting into his bed not for his benefit, but for yours, okay? If we agree on that, then I think it leads us into saying, what do you need to do that enables you to separate from your son? And I think you're looking at me going, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Tell me. Does it scare you, the thought that you will have to try and live some life without him next to you all the time?
I don't know, just start a life with like... I don't know.
Just what, say?
Just like starting a life, or I don't know.
Starting a life for yourself?
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like if I brought someone, or started a life with somebody else and bringing that person, I wouldn't even think about bringing a person into my life with me and Callum, because it's just me and Callum. That's it.
Now, it's interesting to me, because as I talk to you about having a life separate to Callum, it brings tears to you. And it frightens you. Yeah. And the first thought in your head is, OK, a life separate from Callum would be another man, a man. What, look, I've said it, another man. So you basically replace one for another. But is it not possible for you to contemplate a life that doesn't include having to have a man in your life all the time?
I do contemplate. I want to start college, I want to do all kinds.
Because if we're going to get this sorted, you need to start planning your life away from this little boy.
Yeah.
Would you like to have someone who loves you and you love them back?
No, not at all.
Do you just think you can't be loved?
No, I don't think I can't be loved, because I can. I don't think it's a big part of people's lives, I really don't.
Well, being loved by somebody?
I have seen the two couples, and it's dead sweet, and I feel a bit awkward, you know, like, they like get like hugging, kissing each other, I just laugh. I don't like in their faces, me sad, I just think, oh wow, do you like, don't know, maybe it's because I've been with the baby too long.
I wonder, well, yes, but I wonder whether you laugh also because it's a way of not feeling sad that you don't have it. I'm not saying you have to have your life beautifully planned, but I think for you, to move away from Callum, enough to enable him to be a toddler, to do what toddlers do, to sleep, to go to nursery, to socialise away from you. The only way you're going to do that is if you then have some goals for yourself. Otherwise, like we saw last night, as soon as he's away from you,
Get him back in there.
you get him back in because it feels empty, because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Claire decides to put Tanya's advice about developing Callum's speech into practice straight away.
Blue. Blue. Nog. Blue.
Blue.
Callum, nog. Mummy. Nog mummy's mouth.
Is that
Nog mummy's mouth. Nog. Nog mummy's lips. Nog. Oh, stinky socks are coming off. Oh, stinky socks are coming off.
Here.
Make it Say yellow. Watch this then. Can we say, look at them lights? Light. That's your tongue like this. Watch mummy's nose, watch. Go. Watch. Lolly ice. That was naughty.
Sean and Helen Weston are discussing their progress so far with Tanya. Yesterday, in order to see how 3-year-old daughter Tallulah would react, Tanya asked Helen to play with Tallulah while Dad Sean watched outside in full view.
Yesterday in the quiet room, I thought was quite a breakthrough.
Mhm.
Am I right in thinking that?
Yes, it's made a world of difference. She hasn't kicked off once this morning.
She hasn't thrown a stroppy tantrum
Yeah.
like the evil tantrum that she had yesterday.
Did you think
Which
it
is
was
normal.
evil? Did you think it was evil?
That was normal, that tantrum yesterday.
Come on, tell me what we've done today.
No!
Come on.
What did you think about the moment when the two of you started to kiss and hug each other and clearly said to her, you can come and have some of this if you behave?
Yeah, it's a good move. Good strategy. It's something we haven't actually done, isn't it?
No.
What
them
normally
moments
happens
sort
is
of
instead
thing.
of me being with Helen and comforting Helen and helping or trying to get Tallulah back with Helen,
You do Tallulah.
I would just go and sort Tallulah out, get her shut up and quiet and leave Helen
Yeah.
to wander off and do what she does.
Does she love you any less today?
Of course not.
Does she feel rejected by you?
No, of course not.
Have you torn her heart out?
No.
I thought she might do that though. I thought she might be a bit standoffish with him.
Yes.
I thought
But
she might be
she's-
standoffish with me this morning,
She
but when she finally came out the room after letting you do her hair,
Mhm.
she was quite affectionate to me as well. So I thought she might just
Yeah.
blank
Yeah.
me because I
Like they do.
blanked her.
They
Is
punish
that
to a degree.
important to you that you've seen that?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
What are you experiencing emotionally with your little girl now?
Oh, it's great.
Tell me, what's great?
It's fantastic. She hugs me. It's great. She smiles at me. She doesn't look at me like I'm a piece of dirt, and that's been, great. And the fact that she didn't physically react this morning or scream or, that was good too.
Was it hard for you yesterday in the quiet room when you went to hug her and she sort of backed off you?
It was, but that's what I've been living with. She rejected me totally. She has done for a long time, and then intermittently she will give in and give me a cuddle, and then she rejects me again.
Interestingly though, I think you are looking at her differently.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that your interaction with her is much more positive as well. You're more animated, you're more putting into her, and then she's giving back to you. So I
Yeah.
think both of you are shifting your communication. Well, we've got to really sustain it. We've got to sustain it. Now, I'm sending you out today. You're going to have a lovely day. I'm sending you to Safari Park.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to have a really lovely time. But the key issue for today is that Tallulah and Mummy are going to be together.
Spend a lot of time together, yeah.
I want to reassure you, Sean, this isn't that you're never going to get a look in, but we're still shifting. Yeah. And also you're getting time with your boy, your only son. Your only son. Yeah. At the safari park there are these little boats, and you're going to go on a little boating thing on the boating lake. But you and Tallulah are in one boat.
Oh, these will be big issues.
That's going to be the issue. Daddy and Taro in the other. So she'll see you, but she can't get to you. And that's the day. And also remember, the key moment for me yesterday was when the two of you hugged each other. So holding hands, arms around each other, everything to show her that she cannot split you. She's only little, less chat and more visual. Yeah. If she sees you come together, that's much more effective than you just talking to her. Right. Okay?
Yep.
It's the third day in the house and the families are already making good progress. Ian and Fleur Skelton are desperate for son Bradley to eat a proper meal.
I don't want to eat it!
But Tanya thinks Ian and Fleur's own anxieties around the dinner table are part of the problem. With Bradley's last 3 meals left uneaten, the Skeltons are desperate for a breakthrough. Sean and Helen Weston have come to the house for help with 3-year-old daughter Tallulah, whose heart belonged to Daddy when they arrived. Tallulah was constantly rejecting her mum, but slowly things are improving, with Helen not only being more playful, but also more assertive at bedtime. With just 3 days to go, can the Westons return home a united family?
Do you think that she loves you?
She says she does, but I don't think she likes me.
Single mum Claire Carroll faces a daily struggle with her demanding son Callum. Although not yet 3, Callum is big for his age, making it even harder for Claire to control his tantrums. Following Tanya's advice, Claire has been ignoring his outbursts and his dummy's been banned, but his underdeveloped speech is still hindering communication between mum and son.
That was naughty.
Still to come.
Mummy's gonna wash your face. She's gonna wash your face. She is.
The Skeltons are determined to get their son Bradley to eat new foods. So far, they haven't had much luck, and yesterday he flatly refused to try ham. As a result, he hasn't eaten properly for 28.5 hours. Following Tanya's advice, the Skeltons are taking a different approach today, combining food he will eat, toast, with food he won't eat, cheese. Bradley hasn't eaten cheese for nearly 2 years, and to even try it would be a huge step forward.
I don't need any more cheese, Mum.
Want me to toilet?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like any cheese.
How do you think the Skeltons are getting on?
I think this is the last time we're going to go for absolutely no eating. I'm not a big proponent of starve the child until they eat. Because I think then you get into all sorts of negative food associations. I wanted them to stick to their guns for these meals because they really needed to learn the behavioural techniques, the ignoring, the praising Jasmine, the lack of negotiation.
Just as sort of lunchtime approaches, you can feel them all tense up.
Absolutely, and as we sit here now and they're preparing lunch, they are still involving him in the whole conversation about food. We're going to have cheese on toast. Look, it's the cheese on toast. Look, the cheese on toast is going to the oven. And I think it's really confusing for them because often when I work with families with children who don't eat very much, I do say involve your child in the preparation of food. But that's for children who are just not interested in food at all in any shape or form. Bradley is very interested in his food, his pretend food, so therefore he has a real level of control. And once you put him into a situation where they're trying to negotiate and barter with him, it's only going to crank his anxiety up even more. So I'm going to see how this one goes. This I have to see.
OK, let's watch.
Let's just watch.
They've just sat down at the table. Jasmine's being a good girl.
I don't want cheese on the toast. Can we go to the safari park?
But don't pick it all off, mate.
I want to pick it up.
Just try it, see how you get on.
Yeah, look, try.
Would you like cheese on toast?
There will be some cheese on there. There is absolutely no cheese on there. So I'm going to go in. This child is perplexing me.
Yeah?
Mummy, has this got cheese on?
Yeah, it has got a little bit. Do you want to try that little bit? Good boy.
Hello.
Hello.
We're just having tea.
I know. Can I join you?
Yes, come on in. I've eaten mine, and Mummy's eaten hers, and Jasmine's
doing
Very
really
good. And I
well.
see Bradley's doing some eating too.
Yeah.
That's great. What have you eaten?
You haven't eaten the treat.
Show me.
Eaten some more cheese.
Have you? Can I try? Can you feed me a bit of your cheese? Can I try? Can you eat it? Okay, try this cheese first. Try just that smallest bit of cheese first for a sticker. You gonna try it for me? How about you just kiss it? Oh! How about you just lick it? Oh! Did you see that?
I didn't, no.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't. What did
Well
you do,
done,
Brad?
He
Well
did. No,
done.
he didn't lick it. Did you lick it? No, you didn't.
No way.
Do you want to show?
My tongue was out.
Was it?
I didn't see. Show Mummy again. Show Mummy again.
Yay!
Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's try this one then. Let's all have a race. Let's see who can eat their cheese string the
I'm
fastest.
going to eat it the fastest.
Okay,
That's
let's.
one.
Can we do this? Oh no, Bradley, you're cheating.
Oh, no.
Ready, steady, go.
Oh,
I finished one.
No, go on.
Daddy's last.
I finished one. I finished mine first.
Did
Well
you?
done.
One for one.
So do it.
Do it again. No,
Yeah.
no, don't do it again.
Nah.
No.
I'm going to do that again.
No.
Once is enough, isn't it?
Oh,
I
go
don't
on
think
then.
I could eat any more, actually. I'm full
I'm
up.
going to eat all of that cheese.
Oh, yeah, but then I won't have any. Go on, show me. Show me, show me, show me. Bet you can't do it.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, no, you can't. Oh, no, you can't. Oh, no, you can't. Oh, yes, you can. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Boy.
Excellent. That's unusual. It's unusual.
Okay.
Want him to eat that?
I know.
Totally.
Should
Very
we
unusual.
get another one?
Does this cheese taste the same as that cheese? Try it, it's exactly the same. Dad, could you go make me a cup of tea, please? Cute. Mummy, maybe there's just a little bit of something going on in the kitchen there.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to
Dad?
You can
You
have
gonna have a cup of tea? Yeah, do you want a cup of tea?
Yeah, come
No,
on.
all right. Right, come with me. This is very exciting. I've not had so much fun with cheese ever in my life, honestly. Right. Is it? Can you stand on this chair? Can you stand here? Okay, right. This is going to be so scary. You might even scare yourself, all right? Ready? Ah, look at that! Now chew it. Go, 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 go on. It's like a big dinosaur. And swallow it. Ugh. Ugh. Try this one. Open wide. Open wide. Ow! Oh, dear. That's very fast. No, don't eat it yet. We'll go over and say, look what I can do. Ready? And they won't believe it, okay? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Look what I can do.
You're not going to eat all of that, are you? No way.
No way.
No way. Yeah!
Give me a high five.
High five.
And another one. Yes.
Oh, well done, buddy.
Well done. Yeah.
Tanya has set up a task to encourage Mum Helen Weston to interact with 3-year-old daughter Tallulah and allow Dad Sean the opportunity to bond with son Taro. The first part of the exercise was for Helen to keep Tallulah close to her as they eat a packed lunch at a safari park.
The last time we went to a safari park, it was a total disaster. It was a bad experience. In fact, it probably put us off going out together as a family for a long time.
I found a tractor.
Baby buffalo.
Got pretty patterns on their skin, isn't it? Right there. Let me
Oh.
get her first, and I'll
Here we are.
Should we sit here? Don't go near the water because it's dangerous. It's egg, look. That looks delicious.
Mine.
You gonna eat it then? Sean's on the other side of the lake, and she's actually here with me, which is a big achievement.
The second part of the exercise was to play on the swan boats. Tallulah and Helen in one boat, Sean and Taro in the other. But would Tallulah even get into a boat without Dad Sean?
Let's overtake Daddy. Ready?
We are catching you!
Taro's actually stopped crying, he's enjoying this. Spoke too soon.
Hi, Daddy! Daddy's within!
Oh, going the wrong way now, Taro. Taro, what are you doing? Taro!
Tallulah's had a really good time. It's the best fun we've had in ages, absolutely.
To reward Tallulah for her good behaviour, Sean and Helen decide to take her to the gift shop to choose a present.
Look at all these things.
She likes this monkey, Daddy.
That's fine if that's what she wants.
What does the lion do? Oh, yeah, that's right. And what does your monkey do? Clever girl.
Just before the Westons leave, there's one last challenge. Tallulah decides she needs to be taken to the toilet. Normally, Sean's job.
Here's the toilets. You see the lady? Quick, because we've got a long car journey. Quick, quick. Quick, because you've been such a good girl. Daddy,
Yeah?
we have to go to the toilet, don't we?
Get your monkey and go to the toilet. Go on, good girl, go with Mummy now. Go on, go with Mummy now.
Good girl.
I'll hold your monkey. All right, you take your monkey and I'll wait here with Taro.
Good girl.
Good girl. Ordinarily, I'd have to take her into the men's. She'd never go in the toilets with Helen. She accepted what we said. She went, and that's great. That would not have happened a couple of days ago.
It's been a really excellent day for me and Tallulah. It's been really good fun. And she's been happy.
One thing that Tallulah always does is that she's always telling me how she likes me, but excluding other people. Well, just now I actually heard her say that she liked Mummy.
Yeah, she likes me today. She usually says all her brothers and sisters as well, but she always excludes me. And today I was in her like list, which is a first. A good first.
Following on from a successful lunch, Florine and Skelton join Tanya, who wants to help them understand what mealtimes are like for Bradley.
Now, what I worked out there when I was with him is, A, the encouragement works really well, as we saw there, so that was good. But B, what I finally understand is that his palate is so used to bland tastes. As you saw, ate some of that cheese that he had, and it's very bland. What I want to do with you is an exercise where I want you to just kind of get into his world when faced with new foods. Okay. So under these dishes, I've got some foods that I think you don't like very much. And I'm going to ask you to feed each other, but then just have a sense of what it feels like to be fed in the way you're being fed, what it feels like to put something in your mouth that your mouth isn't used to in terms of taste and texture. Well, that's your plate.
Oh, you haven't.
Those are aubergines.
Yeah.
And those are parsnips.
Do you really not like them?
No.
Good.
Reminds me of
Because
my
mine's
mum's
gonna be-
moussaka.
What would you like to start with first? I'm not going to
Don't
laugh
want
because
any
I
of it.
dread to think what. And
Don't want
there's
it,
100
don't want
foods
it.
that I would like under there.
Don't want it.
Right. God, it looks disgusting. I'm like,
That's going to help. That's really going to help what you've just done. Gosh, that looks disgusting. Now you eat it.
Right. Oh, sorry, yeah, okay, look. This is lovely. I can't say with any conviction, that's the trouble. Isn't it? Flo, would you eat this for me, please? It's not as bad as it looks. It's terrible. I'm just looking at it.
What Bradley's faced
I don't
with.
even like
Yeah.
touching it myself, let alone eating it.
Smell
Would
it.
you just have a little bite rather than all of it?
Well done.
Oh.
Well done. Hello, well done.
Oh, well, sorry, I was just thinking, oh, God.
But you see, I think
That
this is
was like-
Yeah, I
partly,
see- I know
this is
it, yeah.
very much what you're doing with Bradley. Not as obviously, but you are very kind of... Give her a parsnip. Look, if you want to be sick,
Banana,
here, I've got
banana,
a bowl.
banana.
Just said cheese on toast.
Hurt out.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to eat the whole bit.
Banana, banana, banana.
Your face what's going on in your mouth is his experience. So we've got to find a combination. I think it's going to be very hard between being very assertive and, OK, that's fine, whatever, and empathic, that we've got to be quite sensitive about what we put in front of him.
Yeah.
Because if I just sat you down for dinner and gave you a plate full of this,
Bye.
you'd have a tantrum. OK, Daddy's turn.
Oh, my favourite.
Can you give that to Ian in the way that you see Ian feed Bradley sometimes? Go on, you can have a car, you can eat, go on, eat it.
Good boy, that's it, good boy.
And
Okay. Right, now have another bit.
come on, let's have another one. That's really good.
Go on, it's lovely.
No, all of it. Come on, get it all in your mouth for Daddy. That's a good boy. Go on, in your mouth. In your mouth. Now, come on, I'll give you a car and a sticker. That's what this child is experiencing every mealtime.
That is revolting. I mean, as you see, I will eat it, but that's not enjoyable at all.
No, but it's more about non-verbally what he's getting from both of you and verbally what he's getting from both of you.
Yeah.
Now, because you've been so good, I've got a special treat for you. You can both eat as much of this as you like, and in fact, whoever eats the most will get a prize. What do you think that is?
Jelly deal.
Yeah. Now, I think that cheese today for Bradley was that.
Can't we have that little bit first, just see if I could get it down without throwing up?
It has got bones.
Can you see the way you're touching it and you're just kind of quite... And right, lick your fingers now. Come on now, lick your fingers.
Lovely. Down in one. That's not too bad, actually. It's quite nice. It's quite delicious.
Don't be sick in a consultation room.
Eat it!
I can't do it. I'll just bit into that and then throw up. Oh, jeez.
See if you can get Fleur to eat a bit.
It's lovely, honest. Cool,
No, let's go for a nice bit that looks like a piece of eel.
That looks like sort of reasonable, doesn't it? But it's just, it is nice. I mean, it's cracking.
Go on, don't look at your face.
So,
Come on.
well done. That's unbelievable.
Bones, yeah.
That is unbelievable just to be able to bite it. Oh,
No, but
that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well done. Well done, Flo.
so that you had a bit of an insight into Bradley's world, and
Boy, man.
it's a tricky one because I'm really worried now you're going to walk out of this consultation room and start feeling so sorry for him again that you're going to be all...
No.
It's a combination of you understanding in your head where he's coming from, but showing him that you have a very tough expectation of what you want from him. Most feeding problems I've had in this house and I've treated, it's usually one thing or the other. With Bradley, it's a bit of both, and that makes it much more complicated, and it means it's going to take longer. And he's older, and he is just not used to strong tastes. So we need to think about getting him there, but it's going to take time. It's real baby steps.
Bath time and toothbrushing are always major flashpoints for Callum's bad behaviour. To help teach Claire to be more assertive around her son, Tanya has asked her to wear an earpiece so that she can offer advice whilst Claire braves brushing Callum's teeth once again.
Tell him what he's going to do, though.
Callum, we're going to brush our teeth. Go and brush our teeth, eh? Mummy and Callum. Come on, let's run.
Remember, Keith Canning, he's a good boy.
Yeah, good boy, Callum. Watch where you're going. Come on, good boy. Go and do our teeth.
Good boy.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Lots of good boys.
No. Mummy wants Callum, really good boy, to brush his teeth. Oh, big boys. Sit up. Get your toothbrush. And you gotta brush your teeth. Good boy. Yeah, really good boy. Do your teeth. Play it. And do it in it right in. Right in. It's nice toothpaste. It's nice, it's all fruity. At the back. Do the back.
Play a game with him. Say there's a monster in there and we're going to scrub him away.
Quick, get the monster. Monster. Brush your teeth. Quick, get him. Oh, get that monster. There, all together. Oh, really good.
A bit more.
And do your teeth. Get fast, really quick. Up there.
Up the top.
Up the top. Whoa. What is it? Did you brush that monster away? Is he in there? Open wide. Let's see. Oh, really good boy. Oh.
Get him to give you a toothpastey kiss.
Callum, can I, Mummy, have a kiss? With toothpaste. You taste lovely.
I'm done.
Well done. Can Mummy wash your face? Sit down.
Mummy wants to wash your face,
Mummy
please.
wants to wash your face.
That's it. Don't ask him, tell him.
It's been really good. And let Mummy wash your face.
Right, just wash his face. I'm going to wash your face.
I'm going to wash your face, Callum.
And then distract him, go, oh, what's that?
Whoa, what's that? What's that? Who's that? Who's that? Say hi.
Get him back up.
Look. Say, watch my mummy's washing my face.
Right, let's talk and say, and just look at it, make him look at you, turn him around, hold him and say, Callum, I am going to wash your face.
Look, Mummy. Look, I'm looking there then. Mummy's gonna wash your face. She's gonna wash your face. She is. Good boy. He really is. There he is. Oh, he's a good boy, isn't he?
Big cross.
Give Callum a hug. For being a good boy. Oh, he is. All done.
Well done, darling. Well done. This is really bonding. And he's just learnt a new skill.
Goodbye. Goodbye. And he's gonna go back.
Having now experienced at first hand how 4.5-year-old Bradley views food, Mum Fleur has come up with a novel way to get him to drink milk by mixing it with ice cream and chocolate. If he drinks it, it'll be the first time he's had milk in over 2 years.
Is that going to be scrummy or what?
Gonna be screwy.
You reckon? Do you want to try some?
That's delicious.
Careful, careful. That's it.
Ooh.
There we are. Would you like a chair?
Yes. Because I'll get too messy, won't I?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, that doesn't care.
I know what would be a good idea.
Mummy, do you know what?
What?
I tried it and I liked it.
Do you know what? I think you could have an extra sticker. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Carlos, do you know what's in there? What you're drinking?
What?
Milk. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you? It's nice, isn't it? Look. You know what Brad's drinking? You know what we've put in there, Jazz? We've put in there. Tell Jasmine what we've put in there.
We put in there strawberry milkshake. We
Yeah.
put in vanilla ice cream and strawberries, chocolate balls.
And
In there?
what else did Mummy pour in there?
Can I?
Milk.
Milk.
Bradley
Really?
is drinking milk.
Can I, if it's all right with Brad, can I have some of yours in a little cup?
There's
Yeah?
chocolate balls. I scooped it.
I was at like,
Did you?
And I tried it and
Callum,
I
come and see what
liked
we're
it.
having.
Wow.
Brad?
Excellent.
And you know what?
What do we do?
Good.
Good.
That's fine.
Yes. You got another sticker for that,
You can quite
didn't you?
see him. I'll put some more in.
Please. Can I just have it in my sticker?
Do you know what, Brad? Yes, I think you can.
Do you want me to come with you and do it, Brad?
Sticker.
Well done, Brad.
Yippee!
Good boy. Well, Bradley's getting one.
That's it,
because
bring
he's
them over
got-
then.
I can do the
Okay, Jess?
Hang on, no, not yet.
Look at those chocolates.
Right,
I don't know.
so you got
Right,
one
this is
already
your-
for tonight. So all you need to do tonight is get 3 stickers tonight, and you have a cart.
It's just the big balls that were in that
Yeah,
big
sorry,
machine
2
when we
stickers
first
tonight, and you
come
got a cart.
After their day out on safari, the Westons return to the house.
Hey, Tallulah, what have you got? Let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
Right.
Something smells good.
Let's sit down.
You don't want to sit down?
Oh, who's got a monkey? So, how was your day out?
It was really good.
Really good.
It was really good. I just couldn't believe it. It's kind of, we had a few hitches, but it was excellent, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
Compared to the other days we've had out, it was just absolutely fantastic.
Talk me through it.
It was really good, wasn't it? And at the end, we thought we had a little bit of a when we had to take her to the toilet. Well, she didn't want to go, did she? But we suggested that she went because we
So
were
she wanted
coming
me to
back.
take her, and I just said no. Let
Go
me
with
take
me.
you to the toilet. and turned my back and walked away, didn't I?
Yeah, she was great. She held my
walked off with
hand
Taro.
for so long. It was unbelievable. She just never comes near me, you know. She's just not. She doesn't entertain me.
She's been giving you lovings, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Hugs.
It's still there, you know, but it's just so much better. You know, it's great, really good. And I was on her like list this afternoon as well.
You were on the what?
I was on the like list. She often says, I like you, Daddy. And then she says, I like Sophie, I like Claire, and I like Taro. But she usually neglects me.
What do you want?
Leaves you off.
But she liked me today.
What did you see?
We saw elephants, didn't we?
It's an elephant. And who's that? What's that you've got there? Hey, you got a new toy.
Why did you get that, Tallulah?
Monkey.
Yeah, why did you get a monkey? You got your monkey because you were a really good girl, weren't you?
Good girl.
It's been an encouraging day in the House of Tiny Tearaways, with all three families making significant progress towards solving their problems. But will bedtime prove to be more of a strain? For the second night running, Callum Carroll is going to bed without his dummy and without Mum in bed beside him.
I'll see you in the morning and we get a big car.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a kiss. Nice. No, nice.
Following Tanya's advice, Claire is determined not to give in tonight and get into Callum's bed. Instead, she waits for Callum to settle himself to sleep. In the Western suite, Mum Helen is finishing up the bedtime story.
You just want a hug? Should we have a hug now before you get into bed or when you get in bed? Want a hug too? We got that wrong. You gave me a kiss.
As things quieten down with Callum, Claire can't help but check on him.
Can I have Daddy in a minute?
I'm sure Dad will come and say goodnight.
I'll come and give you a kiss. Is Taro's gone, Dad? He's all asleep.
Did you put him the other way?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Tallulah's been a good girl. I'm
Has she?
putting her to bed, Daddy.
Right, let's have a big group hug. Mummy, Daddy and Tallulah all together. That's lovely.
Love you.
We love you very much, we do.
And the tea.
And the kiss. Hey!
After 25 minutes, Callum is finally asleep. With Tallulah tucked up in bed, Sean and Helen are reflecting on their progress.
She didn't argue with me when I said I wouldn't put her to bed.
No, she didn't last night, though, did she? It was really funny because normally she would have just gone wild.
Yeah, but tonight was different. She actually asked if I'd do it. She asked me face to face. On my own. You weren't there.
Was it horrible for you?
No, it was. I know why now I've got to say no. I just said, as straight as you like, it's not like that anymore, Tallulah. You don't decide anymore who puts you to bed, do you? It's Mummy or Daddy decides. And tonight it's going to be Mummy.
With Callum fast asleep, Claire grabs a chance to phone her mum.
It's been brilliant, Mum. It's brilliant. You won't believe him, Mum. Be gobsmacked. Really, truly gobsmacked. What's dead upsetting now, I found out, why his speech?
Yeah.
Because of his tummy, Mum.
Is it?
Yeah, his tongue, like, his muscles and tongue are not working.
So if you
But I'm have to not talk now.
All right. Well, you enjoy it because it's a break as well for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wish I was there with you.
All right.
All right.
All right, ta-ra.
All right,
Ta-ra.
give the baby a kiss for me.
I will. All right,
right.
ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra.
As the oldest children in the house, Jasmine and Bradley Skelton are the last to be tucked up in bed.
I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Yeah.
Sleep tight, my angels.
Nana, I love you all my heart.
Oh, I love you all, mine, mate.
I do.
And you. Night. Good kids, night.
Tomorrow on the House of Tiny Tearaways.
He's got a very anxious, very rigid dad and a mum who actually wants to bash her head against a brick wall and tell everybody to leave her alone. It's exhausting, isn't it?